back from the beach. We are back from the beach, and it is therapy day, and I want to go back to the beach. I want to go back to the beach. Uh, I have decided on a whim to vlog today with the X5. I am sorry that I kept referring to it as the X8. This is not the X8, it is the X5. No matter how much I've been calling it the X8 on these videos from the beach, it is the X5. The X8 is a portable audio recorder from Tascam. Consequently, that was my first, I think, my first 32-bit float recorder. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I have got a few videos. One is oh, not finished. I've already filmed. Was the KitNet box for Keys. It's her first KitNet box. I don't know how well that video is gonna pan out. She was very much distracted uh, throughout the video. So, I don't know. I'll piece something together, throw some music over top of it. Maybe that'll look better. Um, and I have got a follow up portion of to do on that Canon V10 camera review, or whatever you want to call that video. And spoiler alert, I am not giving any recommendations for the Canon V10. Um, Yikes. Outside of my one little niche use, and I can't even speak too much on that yet because we haven't really set up and used it for that yet. But um, I can't really recommend the Canon V10 for anything, especially not vlogging, which is what it was designed for. Uh, this X5, despite there being, a lot of extra legwork because you have to, before you could get it into Resolve, you have to, reformat it or however you want to look at that, which, more than doubles the time. But, it's, it's a lot of work, but you get much better results. There was a lot of focus breathing and what do you call it? That hunting and warbling effect with the Canon V10. And it is not a very well designed camera. The lack of exposure control in manual mode is almost unforgivable. There's not enough control over it. There's too many problems with it. The image stabilization is absolute bullshit. There's really not a whole lot good I can say about that camera other than the fact that it's small, it's got a clean HDMI output on it, and that's about it. The 1-inch sensor is nice, but the lack of image control in the camera almost just ruins it. You got this nice 1-inch sensor, but then no real control. You got control a little bit over the aperture and the ISO, but then that's it. No control over the exposure. In order to control the exposure in manual mode, you have to change the aperture. And, that's not how I want to do it. It leaves you a lot less options. Although, to be fair, the aperture on there, at the, what do you call it, the wide open, whatever, the aperture on that camera is 2.8. So, it's not as slow as, say, a kit lens normally would be. For instance, the kit lens that came with my GX85, the wide aperture was 3.5. But that's going to be a problem with most cameras that have a fixed lens like this. The aperture is just kind of what you get. But I've dropped some money on it and disappointed, but I think it's going to still work for what I mainly bought it for. Uh, so I will say that, as far as like a vloggy vlog to whatever camera, um, probably nothing really beats the Pocket 3 because the Pocket 3's got that 1 inch sensor on the gimbal, like everything for the most part. I mean, there's a few hiccups and glitches sometimes with it, but for the most part, man, that Pocket 3 is smooth as butter. And, this X5, we don't have the 1 inch sensor advantage on here, but having 360 mode on here is, or being a 360 camera and being able to reframe shots and, do all of that fun stuff. It's gravy, baby. I love it, especially for the moto vlogs. This isn't normally a situation right here that I'm going to use the X5 for. But it did turn out really, really well for those couple shots I did at the beach using the X5, getting in the water and everything. Because, the Pocket 3 is not waterproof. This one is. And so that turned out really well. Got a nice little pan of the beach. Try that with a normal camera. And, worked out pretty well. And also, I am planning also, at least if I could keep my friggin' eyes open, on probably doing a ride this week. Because it's supposed to be like in the 70s, I think, all week. So, it'd be a good week for a ride if I can keep my eyes open. Uh, I'm really struggling with that here lately, is just keeping my eyes open. I am always tired and dozing off, and I don't like it. Um, I don't like it at all. I mean, I was like that the whole week at the beach, too. I got pretty girls in bikinis, like string bikinis even, just like waddling right in front of me, butt cheeks hanging out. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it sucks. It really, really does. When you got some nice butt cheeks in front of you and you're still dozing off, there's a problem. That's definitely a problem. But anyway, like I'm saying, if I could keep my eyes open this week, then we're probably going to go for a ride. I don't know where we're going to go ride to, but, we'll go take a ride somewhere and we'll figure that out later. Uh, you know, then, but I was going to say, I am getting backed up on work now because, like, here I am shooting a vlog. I got more stuff to finish and to edit, and I'm just adding more and more to my plate. But I am going to probably prioritize this vlog um, before I start working on anything else, just to kind of get this out there, because usually these vlogs are supposed to be super simple. That's why I usually film it with the Pocket 3. Because, I could just put it in there. I don't have to sync nothing or anything, and just, kind of put it in, out, cut, copy, paste if we need to, flip the image around, and, it's pretty much done after that. So, using the X5 like this definitely adds a lot more work and unsimplifies things, It's like we're unbaking a potato or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I do, but any hoot. Uh, Alicia Keychains was extremely happy to have me home. And she's probably mad right now because I left her again. But that's all right. This time I'll be back in a few hours instead of in a week. Uh, but she is, you know, she even followed me into the bathroom, and like I go sit down on the toilet, and she just sits at my feet, like, "Don't leave me again, Holman. I'm gonna be big mad if you do." But to her credit, she didn't. She was mad that I left her like that, but she didn't like tear the apartment apart or anything. Oh yeah. Also, I should mention, going back, back. That Canon V10 video. I should warn you right off. For some reason, in the unboxing portion of the video, the microphone was clipping really, really bad, and so it sounds really, really bad. And just to give you forewarning of that, and I am sorry. So far, that is the only part of the video uh, that it does that. All of the filming on the V10 itself does not have that clipping, except that two portions that were filmed on the V10 itself were used the internal microphones, which are not, they're not great. Like internal microphones are ever good, um, except for the Zoom cameras. The What was the two I had was the Zoom Q8 and the Zoom Q2N 4K. Both of those cameras had excellent microphones, but the camera sucked. Uh, it was, it's the opposite of what you usually expect from a camera. Because usually the camera is great and the microphone is terrible. That's the norm. This case, the microphones were great and the cameras were terrible. Um, it's like, us camera people can't win when it comes to that. But a lot of times, it won't be that the microphone on the camera is super terrible, though they generally are. Um, but a lot of times, like a camera could have a really, really good microphone, but because of the proximity effect, it's never going to be good. What I mean by that is like maybe in post right here, I can switch to the internal microphone on the X5. And you can hear a little bit of what I'm saying because the camera is, a few feet away from me, whereas my DJI mic 2 here on my shirt is like, right under my muff. So it's, measured. But if I put the camera that close, then, y'all are staring like right up my nose hairs or, something. Don't nobody want to look up my nose hairs, I'm pretty sure. That would be almost as bad as trying to look up my butt cheeks, just not a good idea. Or look at me with my shirt off, How about these? Shit, how about these cookies, sugar? I'm sorry, I am so sorry. Um, yeah, so it's good to be home, but I fucking miss the beach. It's good to be home, but I miss the beach. Uh, hey, how you doing? Uh, I'll probably never get to experience that again. Um, Being in, a whole ass beach house. I am sure that I'll get to go to the beach again. That's not the problem. It's just, having a beach house like that right there. All I have to do to get to the beach is just walk out the back door and across the dune, and then I was right there, chilling in the sand, doing my thing, and it was just like perfect. Just, I take an eddy, walk across the dune, set up in the sand and wait for it to kick in and just chill out on the beach till, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. and wondering why everybody else in the house ain't doing the same thing. Uh, because it was definitely a wondrous experience. And that's the first time I've ever got to do that. And might be the last time I ever get a chance to do that. I hope not, because I think on my own, if I was paying for everything, I couldn't afford to stay in one of them trash cans out there. Sandbridge is a very expensive resort community, and some of those cabins were even 3, 4 times the amount of what my dad paid for the one that we were at. It is insane. But if you can afford it, man, do I highly recommend that shit. Yeah, right there. It's just wow. We don't have a bayside or an ocean side here. We got riverside here. And don't get me wrong, I love Riverside too. Riverside, Creekside is all good. I love it all. Lakeside, for that matter, too. Good. I love being out on the water, at the water, around the water. I blame my parents for, bringing me around water so much as a kid. Um, we were definitely around a lot of it. Um, so anyway, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up like a burrito, and yeah. So look for after this for more videos to drop. We're gonna at least have the Kitnip box, the Canon V10 video, and probably another ride along at the very least. Again, if I could keep my eyes open. So thank you all for hanging out. I love you, babies, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.